Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Keystone College Giants baseball. Jamie Shevchik, the head coach, joining us now. Well, Jamie, it's been a successful season again for those Giants of yours. And how you guys doing it this year?
I tell you what, we've, going into the start of the season, I thought we were going to have, the best pitching staff that I've ever had. And, the pitching staff got off to a slow start. But the bats really kind of kept us in us early. And, the difference of this year's team compared to a lot of the other teams that I had is, we've always played our best baseball towards the end of the year, and that's why we've won, so many conference championships in a row. And it seems like this year's just a little different. We're still trying to catch our stride here, and we're just playing a little inconsistent. So, we're not playing our best baseball yet, so we're hoping that going into this last conference series this weekend, we're going to be able to kind of put a lot of things together going into the playoffs.
Program's still respected, though. You guys are still on that national map. Talk a little bit about, just knowing that you could play with some of the best teams in the nation right now. And, yeah, there's some teams ahead of you, but there's also some teams behind you.
It is. The American Baseball Coaches Association poll just came out today, the new rankings, and we were 12th in the country. So that's right where we want to be. We're third in our own region. We've played some. This is probably the toughest strength of schedule that we've played. Our RPI rating nationally is 7th in the country. So we haven't played any slouches, that's for sure. And anytime anybody plays us, we're always getting their best, and we're definitely getting their best pitching.
Let's talk about this pitching of yours and what it's going to need to do over the next couple of weeks here to really make that run you're hoping to make.
I think what we're going to need to do is solidify our bullpen. We've got 4 or 5 quality starters that can take us deep into any tournament, which is good. It's if any of those guys get in trouble along the way, where we struggle this year is, those 2 or 3 guys are going to come in and shut teams down at the back end of a game, and that's where we were. That's kind of been our trouble so far. So we're hoping to narrow down a select few of guys that we can rely on to close out some games for us.
And then how about those bats? Let's talk about some of your top guys that are able to swing, whether it's the long ball or you have some guys that are just able to get on base and then bring somebody home.
I think it's a little bit of everybody. Everybody's playing their role. We've got some guys that have some great power. Chris Triano, one of our outfielders, has 8 home runs this year. He leads the conference. He leads the conference in doubles. He's a guy that we try to set the table with some of the guys at the top and use Chris to drive those runs in. But I think 1 through 9, we're a dynamic team. We'll walk if we need to. We'll put the ball in play. We'll play small ball. It's a team that can do a little bit of everything. We're not going to rely on that 3-run home run. And
then you talk about the fun you're having again. It seems like every year we talk, and every year there's success, and you just continue to really grind it out, and with a nice coaching staff, and again, these players that come in every year, they're guys that just continue the tradition there at Keystone College.
Absolutely. I mean, our coaching staff, they put in full-time hours and they get paid part-time money, and they're dedicated to the program. Most of our guys have been Keystone guys in the past, and they do a great job of recruiting high-quality athletes, and they do a great job of developing those guys. So, yeah, I mean, I have the greatest job in the world. I get to go to work every day and coach college baseball. So there's not a lot of people out there that can say that.
Yeah.
But I have to give credit. I give credit to those guys that are with me. You're only as good as the people around you, and I've got some good ones.
And you talk about that passion that your coaches have, and then that rubs off on the players, and then you get guys that are able to go and play some ball in the summer in some really competitive leagues, and then hopefully take it to that next level too.
Yeah, I mean, our players play summer baseball, and our coaches do the same thing. Just about every one of our coaches, we're gone. I'm gone for 2.5 months. Starting in June, and I get the opportunity to coach in the greatest amateur baseball league in the world, in the Cape Cod League, and I get to take some of my assistants to experience that. And it goes, summer baseball is big. Our players, they develop over the summer, they stay active, and we do the same thing as coaches.
Jamie, when you try to get out of the, first of all, you got to make it to the tournament, and you got to try to get out of the region. But talk about some of that competition you're hoping to face if you're able to make it to that region.
Right now we're third in our region, and there's a couple teams that are having some great years. Misericordia, who we played in the midweek game last week, and they beat us. That's a program that's kind of on the top just like us, and they're going to be number one team in the region here in the next week or so. So with them hosting a tournament, the regional, if they get there at PNC Field, obviously I think Keystone and Misericordia and some of the New Jersey schools like Ramapo, TCNJ, it's going to be a tough region.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing how that all shakes out, and of course, rooting for both local teams here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Well, Jamie, continued success with what you're doing there at Keystone College, and go Giants.
Thanks, Sean. Always a pleasure.
Jamie Shevchik here on the John Mendola Show from Keystone College Baseball. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.